content, please consider subscribing to JTV ASMR. Oh, you're awake. Well, hello again. Oh, but don't move so much now. You just keep yourself relaxed. You're probably wondering why you're here. I can tell by that confused look on your face. Well, I got a bit of good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first? All right. Well, the bad news is that, well, it seems like a certain item that you were tasked with retrieving must have been cursed. Yeah, I know, it sounds crazy, but these things do exist. And I didn't realize this. I don't know if the client did or not, but it's only after I looked a little bit more into it that I found out. Again, I don't know what to think of it. I don't know if it was deliberate or just a pure accident on everyone's part. But it's not all bad, though. There is good news in this. Thankfully, I'm already partway when it comes to lifting that curse from you. Yeah, exactly. I don't know the exact details on what it does to a person exactly. From what I've read, apparently it's not life-threatening or extremely bad, but it's still something I do not want you to be inflicted with at all. I care about your safety, you know. So, like I say, I'm almost done with lifting this curse. Well, you kind of passed out right on your way home. I was walking you home, you passed out, and luckily for me, I managed to catch you. So I carried you back to my place. Just thought that it'd be a little bit safer here, just in case, you know. Alright then. Now you're probably wondering, what am I gonna do to lift this curse? Well, let me just look at my phone here. Let me just quickly check a few things. Done that. There we go. There we are. Right, looks like I need to rub some medicine. Yeah, I've got it right here. That particular medicine, I don't know how to pronounce it, quite honestly. I don't think it's anything that's familiar to you either. Something in the local pharmacies, it is not. Alright, now, could you just hand me over your wrist? Either one. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna rub this on. It might tingle a little bit, but try not to scratch at it or anything like that, okay? Alright then. Let me rub that here. There we go. Softly and gently. Nicely done here. Just gotta make sure it's really rubbed in good. All around front and back of the wrist. There we go. Alright, I think that's all done. Let's see what else I gotta do now. What else? So I've done that. I believe I've already done that part. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, looks like I just gotta get some of this water on you. Yeah, it's something that I had in reserves. It's a certain kind of water. Think of it like a kind of a funky kind of version of holy water. I know it's a bad explanation, but think of it like holy water, but from a distant land that you may not be familiar with. Let me get this bottle off then. It might smell a little odd, but don't worry, I'm not gonna make you drink it or anything like that. I will have to get you to kind of inhale the vapors, though. So, by all means, just keep taking deep breaths and let it kind of pass through your lungs right into your system. Yeah, exactly. Think of it like vapors. You know, those kind of vapors that you rub on the body, or maybe kind of like those smelly candles. Think of it a bit like that. Let me pour this kind of funky water in 2 glasses. Let me just put a glass there. Okay, and now there. Now just pour it in each glass. Almost done. There we go. Now for the other. Slowly rising up and up it goes. Excellent. Hope you don't mind me kind of leaning over you while you're laying down. Don't worry, I'm not going to end up tripping and falling on you. That'd be a frightening thought. Okay then. That's those sorted. What else do we need to kind of lift this curse? Let me just kind of make sure that I'm getting every little detail right. I like to kind of, triple check these things. It is you we're talking about here after all. I want to make sure that you are A-okay by the end of all of this especially. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on you and keeping a close eye on these instructions too. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Oh, right. It looks like there's something else I gotta do. Looks like I gotta take a little bit of this medicine and a bit of the water. Then I'm gonna mix those two up until it's a bit thin. Then we gotta brush it on your face. It's a good thing I've got the paintbrushes right here just to be sure. Think of it like a time at the beauty spa. Like one of those little mud masks that ladies like to put on. Just think of it like that. Again, it might be a little tingly, it might smell a little unusual, but it'll all be safe. It'll all be okay. Let's mix those up then. There we are. Alright. This is looking good. Okay then, are you ready for me to face paint you a little bit? Certainly. Here we go then. There we are. Just gently rubbing this medicine mixture. Rubbing it right over your face and the pores and your skin as well. Does it feel relaxing? That is good to hear. That is something that my parents used to do with me when I was younger. They'd get like a feather or a brush or something like that. Whenever I'd be laying down or feeling stressed, they'd just brush my face. It's very, very soothing. I'm glad you think so as well. That's true. I was indeed a good old boy with my parents. But I won't bore you with the details about that and where I'm from and all that kind of stuff. I bet it'd probably be a bit too much to comprehend. Besides, I'm gonna be making sure that you're okay here. Oh, here we go. Just dab a little bit there. Just right on the neck. So let me just lift your neck up a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, that's getting nice nice bit of coverage there. You got a soft little neck, you know that? Ah, no, it's true. It's true. Very soft. Very delicate. There we are. Gently dabbing there. And there. Alright, that's done. It's all done. Now it's time to look at what else gotta do here to lift this curse. So we got that. Yeah, done that. Yeah, that's been done. I suppose that can be done another time. No, actually, no, that's not important. That's not important. Doesn't really apply. Oh, the easiest part. Well, looks like we got the final step here. Rest. You can do that, right? Just get yourself a bit of rest. It is night time here after all. By the way, don't worry about work tomorrow. Take the day off. Take 2 days if need be. For now, just get as much rest as you can, okay? Yeah, I insist. I'm gonna kind of keep myself up and, gotta do a bit of research, maybe make a few calls about this kind of stuff, look into it further. But don't you worry, I'll be stepping into the next room, so I won't be intruding on your sleep. So, let me get these blankets all wrapped up around you then. Nice and snugly. Ever so comfy, I'm sure. There we are. Well, don't you look absolutely comfy as anything? Like a little pampered kitten. Again, I'm terribly sorry about this whole curse thing. I will try and do whatever I can to ensure that you are safe, because you mean a lot to me, not just as an employee, but, well, I think that you're a really amazing person, you know. You're definitely my favorite person to speak to, and I'm always grateful for all the times that we get to spend together, you know. I mean it. I absolutely mean it. So, I think it's only right that I'm trying to look out for you, and when anything goes wrong, then I'm gonna be the one to take care of you. Oh, you're blushing a little bit, aren't you? Don't worry, I'm not gonna tease you or anything like that. Well, I better get these calls sorted. Just gotta speak to a few people about all this, and just to ensure that all is going smoothly. You take all the rest you need, alright? You get comfy now. And I hope you have lovely dreams and feel 100% cursed free right up in the morning. Alright then. I'll be seeing you soon, alright? Sweet dreams to you. Quack. Just joking, as you know. There's no fooling you with make you think that I was a creepy sounding duck quacking nearby. Now he's there. Anyway, how are you feeling? That is good to hear. Thank you very much for letting me know, and thank you very much for agreeing to this rendezvous. I thought that what we could do is just, perhaps spend a small little break of ours. You know, considering that, we got a few hours off right in between work today, and I was hoping to get your opinion on something, well, or better yet, to test out something with me if you're interested. Yeah, for certain. So, I thought I'd pick this secluded little spot right here on this little lake. Not many people go by here. Besides, it's a lovely sunny day. It'd be a lot more fun testing it out here rather than, well, cooped up in an office or something like that, you know. So, you see this in my hand? Looks pretty, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like a lovely necklace, doesn't it? Well, that's the thing. It's more than just that. Now, from what I've heard, one of the other staff members managed to acquire this. But the thing is, though, I've not actually tested it out. They say it has the ability to hypnotize someone. But that's the thing. I don't know if I can trust anyone with this except myself and, well, perhaps you. So I thought, what I'd do is hypnotize you just to see if it works. How does that sound? I love the enthusiasm. Alright then, alright. Just so you know, I'm gonna keep you safe. Don't mind if there's any background noises from people walking by in the distance or the little ducks that might swim on by, anything like that. Don't you worry about all those kind of noises or whatever. Just whatever you do, focus on the sound of my voice, alright? Alright then, alright. Here we go. Watch the pendant swing to and fro, left and right, rocking back and forth like a pendulum, and slowly, ever so slowly, you are gonna be under my control. Keep on focusing on the pendant, watching it go one way, then watching it go another. That's it. Looks like you are under my control now. Let's test this out then. Tell me your name. Good, that was an easy one. Raise 3 fingers for me on your right hand. Nicely done. Okay, you can put that down. Now, look up for 3 seconds, then look back at me. 1, 2, 3. Easy enough, simple enough. Let's see if I can try a few other things. What do you think of me? Honest opinions now, don't hold back. Oh, really? Go on. Oh, you don't say. Continue. Really now, you really think I look like that? Well, that is surprising. Alright. I won't pry too far into your cauldron of secrets or anything like that, you know. I want to make sure you get a bit of privacy here. Alright. Now, if I was to tell you to go walk over there and walk back, would you do that for me? I see. Simple enough. What if I was to tell you, perhaps, that I'd like you to climb down there, grab a pebble from right next to that lake, and climb on back? Would you do that for me if I asked you? You don't say. Even if your feet get wet, even if your hands get a little bit muddy, or maybe might get a bit of the green grass stains on your knees. Not even that would stop you. Interesting. Let's see here. What if I had you for dinner? Would you object? Really now? Oh, really then? Well, you don't have to worry about me making you do all these things. I would never force you to do these sorts of things now, of course. Besides, I would only like to invite you for a lovely meal. I always want to make sure that it's completely optional. But I'm curious to know, would you be interested in another meal sometime if I offered the invitation? I saw that answer coming. Maybe I might just ask you when we come back to the office. I think I'm making this a little bit too easy for myself here. Still under my control, aren't you? That's what I thought. Alright then. Maybe if I try out something else here. Just to see if you are indeed under my control. 100% hypnotized. What was the secret word that I whispered to you this morning? The one I told you not to tell anyone, not even me, until tomorrow. I see you're hesitating a little there. Go on. You are under my control after all. I'd like for you to tell me right now. I see your lips wobbling. Go on. Tell me the secret word. I told you not to tell me until much, much later. What was that? Oh, you almost said it. Holding back, I can tell. I can tell you're trying to hold back, because I know that you're good at keeping secrets here. What was that secret word? Go on. Say it a little bit louder. There it is. The secret word was indeed banana. I guess it does work. I told you that word because, I wanted to test this out, you see. I managed to get that special little pendant here, and I thought I'd test it out on you, but I wanted a key word to tell you earlier, just to test, to really test and make sure that you weren't just gonna say that word to me on a whim, the secret word. And you're still fixated on the necklace, huh? Me swing that back and forth. Why, look who's here from the office. Come this way. I'm right behind you. You're not gonna wave? I'll give you a little wave there. Hello to you. You gonna wave back or not? Still not, huh? Or was that a duck heading your way? I think it's gonna collide with you. Are you gonna duck? You gonna duck for the duck? No, it's still not working, is it? You're still looking at the pendant. This really is working. You really are under my control here. This is most interesting. Alright then, alright. Keep looking at the pendant now. I'm gonna slow it down a bit more. There we go. That's right, slowing it down. Because you are not gonna be hypnotized anymore. You're not gonna be hypnotized one bit. No, you're gonna be right back to normal. Slowly rocking it back and forth. The spell is now gradually, very gradually waning. The effects slowly dissipating. Slowly, very slowly. Count with me now. When I say done, you'll be back to normal. Okay? Let's count together now. 3, 2, 1. Half of 1. Done. There we go. How do you feel? I see. Do you remember much of what happened just now? The hypnotism? It just happened. Don't you remember it? I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. I'll tell you all about it when we get back to the office. How about that? But of course, most certainly. As for this thing, I think we're gonna have to stash it away. That's true. Yeah, we're gonna have to stash it away. Thing is, it's a bit too powerful. If this ended up in the wrong hands, who knows what could happen. I think what I'll do, I'll try and fob the clan to have excuses, offer a refund, full refund and whatnot. I think it's for the best, you know. Oh, no, there's nothing for you to apologize about. You've done nothing wrong. Quite the opposite, you know. You've been a very big help. Not really many people would have been up for me hypnotizing them with such a powerful artifact. Well, they wouldn't have known that it was this powerful, but now we know. All the more reason for me to probably get rid of it. I'll probably stash it with my own personal collection, just so that no one is ever the wiser. No one should know about this. We'll keep it between us, won't we? Good. I knew you were gonna keep it secrets. Well, tell you what, I've gotta go and meet someone. So, you enjoy the rest of your break now, and I'll see you at the office soon enough, alright? Alright then, you stay safe now, see you real soon. What you reading? Sorry if I spooked you there. How are you feeling, by the way? That's wonderful to hear. That is good indeed. So what brings you here at the library? Ah, I see. No kidding. Well, funny enough, I decided to stop by because, I thought I'd perhaps do a bit of research on some things. Got myself quite a hefty encyclopedia right here. Do you mind if I perhaps take a seat next to you? All right then. Here we go. Okay. So, do you want to know more about what I've been up to? More than happy to share it with you. I've been looking through some of these encyclopedias about certain artifacts and other kind of what they call mythology, legends, myths, and all that kind of stuff. Just been brushing up on a bit of research because I believe there might be a few clues here about another client coming up, and he's been wanting to have a certain item retrieved. Yeah, exactly. So, what I'm hoping is to be learning a few notes here. I hope you don't mind if I perhaps stick around a little bit with you. Maybe just make a little bit of notes here and there alongside. A little bit of chatting. All that kind of stuff. How does that sound? Alright then, alright. If I am getting a bit too intrusive or anything like that, you just let me know, alright? Good. Okay then, okay. Let's see now. Now, it would appear that this certain artifact that I've been researching upon, it would appear that it holds a peculiar power. So the legends say. I always take this with a grain of salt. Sometimes it's nowhere near as powerful as what the books seem to claim. Sometimes they don't even work at all. But according to this particular artifact, supposedly, it has the power to turn dirty water clean. Now, again, I'm gonna take this with a real grain of salt, but if it is true, the client, I'm sure, is gonna be very happy. If not, well, that's just the gamble that the client is taking here. So, it says here that, let me just kind of skip through this part. This is just filler. Here it is. Now, apparently, you've got to say these particular words right here. It's not in English, you see. Probably gonna have to get this translated just to be sure, but apparently, when you take the artifact and you dip it into a container of water, and at a very particular time of the day, roughly between the hours of, I think it's between roughly around midnight. So I'm presuming there's probably going to be a couple of minutes of leeway. But apparently, if you say these particular words roughly around midnight, as close as possible, while using this artifact dipped inside the dirty water, right afterwards, it'll be clean. Pretty fascinating, huh? Well, the story of it certainly seems so, but, again, can't confirm it's true yet. But that's just part of the job, you see, so I guess I'm gonna be looking around for this old thing. I heard from a trustworthy source, let's say, an eyewitness. Let's call him that. I heard from an eyewitness that, funnily enough, it might be around this area. Roughly around this town. Still waiting on the exact details. But hopefully, shouldn't be too difficult to acquire. Would you be up for helping with that? I love that enthusiasm. Excellent. Well, now that you're here, I'll tell you about this other artifact I've been looking upon. Let me just flick through some more pages. Here we go. Here we are. This is an interesting one. Looks like a average everyday walking cane, doesn't it? That's right, it very much does. Love the little diagram here of the sculpture of the head. Almost looks like a alert bulldog. Now, the interesting thing about this is, supposedly, if you were to have this in your possession, let's say that you wanted to go for a walk in the countryside, the peculiar thing about this is it won't let you get tired. That's right. Apparently it's enchanted. Gives the person who uses it superb stamina, but only if they're still holding the head with one of their hands. So you could basically just go for a hike day in, day out, never get tired. Sounds like a rather peculiar enchantment, but we've got another client who is interested in that as well. And I believe, if I recall correctly, another quote-unquote eyewitness said that, funnily enough, I think it might be in the next town over, at a certain store, behind some glass. No, I'm not gonna get you to go in there and smash it all up to grab it. Don't want you getting in trouble with the police. I'm already on the case with that one. Got someone over there who's gonna be checking that out, probably next week. Trying to get that acquired. I've been speaking to the owner, and from the sounds of it, from what he's telling me, kind of old guy, old gentleman, doesn't seem to use kind of technology, so I guess he wasn't able to take a photo for me, but no matter. Someone's gonna go collect that. Gonna try and see if we can haggle a bit with him to get it for a cheaper price, because he's asking for quite a lot, you see, but gotta be diplomatic. That's the fun part, is being diplomatic, using the right words, the right kind of responses in order to get the best deal. It's all a part of business, of course. So I guess we'll see if that's really enchanted or not. Oh, there's something else. There's something else in here. I've got to show you this. Let's just flip through the pages a bit more. Almost there. Wonderful. Here we go. This looks like a funky cape, doesn't it? I agree. It does look quite pretty. Looks very, very colorful as well. A lovely blend of colors and patterns and whatnot. Still, not many people these days bother with capes. So I don't imagine anyone wearing this and letting themselves stand out. But so I've heard. Apparently, it's got a pretty interesting effect on its own. Supposedly, you wear this little old thing, and you can detect the aura of nearby enchanted artifacts, up to, supposedly, roughly about 64 meters, but that's just rough estimation. This thing, I've also heard, might be in this area as well. There's another old little, kind of like average everyday junk shop. Well, some might call it that, but it's more like an antique store. And I've heard rumors that this is being on display there. And the problem is, though, that the owners are they're very tight-lipped, hush-hush about it. Whenever people try to talk to them about buying it, they kind of like shoo it off. They say that it's not for sale. Maybe I might be able to persuade them, because this item might be very handy indeed. You never know if a client's going to be asking for this, but for us, this could really make our work much easier. So, I'm going to be trying to sweet talk them that way, and if need be, maybe I could have them for dinner. Maybe a delicious meal might just persuade them. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm not going to put them in any danger or anything like that, or put the scare on them. I think it's good to be diplomatic about these things. Maybe I might be able to kind of really put on a case for them. Maybe something like that will be enough to make them, shall we say, see the light in this case. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see about that, won't we? So those seem to be all the things that I've been looking here. Well, this has been fun. Tell you what. I'm just gonna go and head on out. I'll get these books checked out and head back to the office. You're working tomorrow, aren't you? I thought so. Well, tell you what, I guess I'll see you around then, alright? You stay safe now, and if you need anything, you drop me a call. Alright then, I'll see you soon, my star employee. Alright, I'll see you soon then, my star employee. Good evening to you. Guess it's just us once again. Another exhausting day all wrapped up, I hope. Hopefully no other kind of surprise is gonna jump out at us to keep us in the office for even longer with more work or anything like that, you know. It's been a hell of a day, hasn't it? You feeling alright? Hey, it's okay. Just take a deep breath now. You're looking pretty dizzy there. Hold on. I got you. I'm getting better at this. Getting faster, it looks like. It's okay. I got you. You don't mind me lifting you up? Certainly. It's no problem for me. Come on now, let's get you to the sofa. Here we go. Another busy day. Must have knocked the 7 bells out of you, huh? I can't say I'm surprised. It's been a real grind today. You feeling alright though? Can you breathe? All fine and dandy. You're not getting all fuzzy in the eyes, or your head's not aching or anything like that. Something's wrong. You just tell me, alright? Okay. No, don't you worry about me. I'm not trying to be a worry bonds or anything like that, as they say. I'm just trying to make sure that you're alright, you know. Alright then, just keep yourself here. Let's get you a taxi sorted. Deep breaths now, alright? Deep breaths. Have you been making sure that you're eating? Had your breakfast, lunch, and dinner? I see. Well, at least you took my advice from last time. What about caffeine? Have you been taking any caffeine or sugary drinks? Oh, I see. Take my advice. Bad stuff. Sugar's only gonna last you so long, and caffeine, well, that's just gonna fool your brain into thinking that you're overclocked when you're really running on empty, as I'm sure you know. Even when push comes to shove, best just drop the caffeine altogether. Maybe I can look into some other alternatives, maybe some healthier alternatives to put in the drinks, machines and mini fridge and whatnot. It's something I'll look into. I'm terribly sorry for all this. I think we both need to take some deep breaths here. Definitely took me by surprise for sure. Well, as long as you're okay, that's what matters. Are you working tomorrow? Well, I don't know about that. 'Cause it seems to me that looks like your schedule's freed up for tomorrow. No, I insist. It's definitely freed up. Don't you worry. Use tomorrow and just have a day off. Relax. Get your energy back. Yeah, that's not a problem. I did actually manage to speak to someone who said that he wanted to work early tomorrow and wanted to take the day after off because of some personal stuff that she's trying to wrap up, you see. So one hand washes the other and all is fine with that. Just get yourself nice and relaxed. Very relaxed. Keep yourself just all, what's the word, you know, when you kind of just let all the muscles in your body just droop and flop. I'll keep you in my arm here. You just rest on me if need be. My arm's not the comfiest pillow in the world, but it beats laying on the floor. Oh, bless you. No need to worry about the work now. I bet you've been working ever so hard, haven't you? That's what I thought. I saw the little checklist online. I saw you ticking those boxes like crazy today, so well done. You have been an absolutely huge help with getting all of this workload sorted. You're more than deserving of a pat on the back for all your hard work, but I think that a day off is a lot more important for you. I tell you what though, managed to get some glowing feedback if you want to hear about that. Of course, let's shoot the breeze a little bit while the taxi arrives. Might just give a chance to, you know, help you unwind a bit. But I got some more glowing feedback from quite a number of customers who were very happy with that last haul. Remember those artifacts that we spoke about in the library? Yeah, exactly, and those, thankfully, managed to get them to all the clients, and they were all very happy indeed. Very happy. 5-star ratings all around. That should hopefully do a lot of good for us. A lot of good indeed. So again, a well-deserved pat on the back. Hey, do you want to hear a strange story that happened recently? Yeah, pretty weird one, and it is true. I'll guarantee you that in advance. This is actually true. So it was back in my penthouse, you see. I'm sure you still remember that old place. That's the one. Yeah, that old lovely place of mine. You know, I was actually thinking about potentially moving to another penthouse. Maybe one with just slightly lower rent and hopefully some better scenery from the windows as well, but I'm still looking around. We'll see about that. But anyway, I think it was a few weeks ago, if I recall correctly. And, I was just laying in bed, just resting up and all that, and you never guess what would have happened next. You never would have guessed this. No, it's not that. Not that. Go on, have another guess. That's relatively close. Well, let me tell you about it. So, this guy on the end of my bed, he just standing there. I didn't let him in. I didn't know who he was. He was just standing there with a clipboard in his hand, like a fancy suit. Weirdest of all, it was like a gas mask or something, like a, I don't know, it looked like a bird mask or a bird beak, something like that. Kind of purple lenses, almost looked like it was glowing behind those lenses. And he was asking me these questions. Wasn't quite sure what was going on, but didn't exactly feel like, I don't know, it was kind of strange. I kind of wanted to kind of jump out of my bed and throttle him, to be honest. But, I don't know, it just seemed strangely calm with him there. It almost felt like a lucid dream. I could have been dreaming for all I know, but I just didn't feel like I was really able to muster up enough strength. And he was leaning in, kind of writing stuff on a clipboard and kind of whispering questions in this kind of raspy voice of his behind that pointy mask of his. And he just kind of kept asking more stuff, and I was trying to talk back, just kind of, I was really grumpy, quite hoarse in the throat, a bit more than usual. But yeah, I was just trying to respond to him. And then eventually he told me to go to sleep and kind of shushed me to sleep making. It was weird. It was like he was trying to make wave noises or sounds of the wind. Soon enough, I fell asleep. Roughly an hour later, I woke up. He wasn't there anymore. Weird, wasn't it? Yeah, for sure. Like I say, I'm pretty sure it was, pretty sure it must have been a lucid dream because, well, the penthouse I live in, the penthouse kind of studio place, all ensuite. Well, the weird thing was that I couldn't really see any of that around me. I was in my bed for sure, but I was just in this state where it felt like I was somewhere else. Not sure where exactly, but it was indoors. No one else around, just me and him and something. I swear it must have been a lucid dream like that, because I swear it almost seemed like I was just transported somewhere else, somewhere I couldn't quite recognize. Real weird. I didn't really tell anyone about it because we had plenty on our plate as it is, and I didn't think anyone would be interested. But it was pretty peculiar. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I'm glad that someone's hearing me out and not thinking that I'm crazy. I appreciate you hearing me out, of course. If you've ever had any weird dreams, something like that, you can always let me know. I'm always here to lend an ear, whatever might be on your mind. But of course, I love chatting to you after all. But you don't have to chat too much now, you almost hit the floor. Just glad to have gotten you in the nick of time there. Yeah, That's alright. I care about my employees. And I care about you. That's not gonna change anytime soon, that's for sure. You can just get yourself nice and comfy on the sofa. Relax yourself. Keep yourself relaxed. Do you want to hear a little trick that I like to pull out whenever things are a little difficult? Yes, certainly. So, whenever I'm struggling, tired, overworked, or anything like that, what I like to do is I like to fantasize about what might happen later down the line. Yeah, I kinda like that, but something realistic, for example. Just thinking about getting home and cooking up another delicious meal. Or getting home and being able to practice playing the piano more. Stuff like that. And today, when I was locked in my office, behind that keyboard and jumping on the phone and all that, I was thinking about the possibility of maybe getting another party going. Because why not? I think we could spruce things up a bit, maybe with a fancy dress party, for example. How does that sound? I love that little sparkle in your eyes when you're listening to an idea of mine and you're loving it. Good. Maybe we might just, well, fingers crossed, touch wood, make it happen pretty soon. We'll see. We'll see how it all turns out, won't we? Yeah. I might just fish out the old Halloween outfit from last time just because it was a pretty comfy wear, I must say. Maybe I might just reuse that again. I got quite a few compliments from people for it. They thought I looked quite dashing, so maybe I might just fish it out again. Treat everyone. Treat you as well with that. No, I'm just teasing. No need to blush. Oh, bless you. Let me just check on that taxi. Still got a little bit of time to go, I suppose. Might take a bit longer, but we'll see. Tell you what, you just let yourself relax and unwind in the meantime. Why don't you have a nap? A short little nap. Power nap, that's what they call it. Yeah. Why don't you have a power nap right here? Get yourself comfy on the sofa and in my arms. Keep yourself just nice and stress-free, because you don't have to worry about work tomorrow. You can just think about laying in that bed, loafing around, getting up whenever you want to. Sounds like bliss, doesn't it? Yeah, just let yourself unwind. Nice and comfy now. All that stress melting away from top to bottom is passing out of your system, dissipating into the air, 'cause all will be well. I got you, and everything will be okay. And you'll be back home in a comfy taxi, and then back in your bed, ready to unwind real soon. Enjoy your nap, alright? Alright then. Nighty-night to you, even if it's just gonna be a little nap. Nighty-night nonetheless. Look who it is. Fancy meeting you here. How you doing? That's wonderful to hear. You here to visit old me? By all means, come on in, come on in. Guess you got the email, huh? Yeah. Must have caught something nasty. Just too sick to come on into work. You've not been feeling sick yourself, have you? That's wonderful to hear. I better get myself laying on bed again. There we go. By all means, pull up a sofa nearby. It's wonderful to be having you here. I've not been able to have any visitors just because, well, I'm not the most social kind of guy, I'll admit. I don't really have many visitors, so you're the first. I'm really grateful for that, thank you. I was not expecting you to pop on by. I just got your message that you had a surprise for me. And this is a big surprise indeed. This is making me feel a bit better already. I'll try to take it easy. I'll try and make sure I'm not going too far here. So how's everyone doing at work, by the way? Well, that's good, that's good. I mean, I've tried to kind of direct people and help out from home, but I certainly hope it's not been too overwhelming for you to be calling the shots and whatnot. Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm glad to know that things are still kind of settling down a bit, especially after that big old rush with the latest client. I suppose being ill, taking a small bit of time off. Guess it was good timing on my part. Not like a time to getting sickly, of course. Just so you know, if you ever become ill, or anything like that, you just let me know, okay? I'll be sure to pop on by. Make sure you're alright. And if need be, take care of you and pamper you. Maybe I could just wrap myself up in another blanket. Where did I put it? It's gotta be nearby. Oh, ain't you a peach? Thank you. Keep myself nice and warm. Much appreciated. And a hug to go alongside. Big hug for you as well. Oh, bless you. You're as sweet as cheesecake. Yeah, I've got cheesecake on the mind. But I better leave that for when I'm feeling better. That way I can at least burn off those lose calories that way, but not if I'm gonna be lounging around like this, you know. Precisely. I've been told I can't be worrying myself too much and moving around so much, but that just doesn't sound like my kind of lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of a get my hands on things, get something done kind of guy. So taking it easy is not really part of my lexicon. Well, maybe it might be a welcome change, especially with you here. I'm sure I can get through this. Maybe things might be alright soon enough and I'll be back at work, back into the usual swing of things. Who knows? Oh, by the way, I'm terribly sorry to ask you of this, but don't suppose you could maybe pour us both a drink there? There's that little glass next to you. It'll be fine. I've already got some mugs, but it's a little bit far away from me to lean over and grab and do myself. Oh, that is much appreciated. Thank you so much. I should have put this stuff on the nightstand here, but thank you. I definitely need a drink, that's for sure. That really hits the spot. Always goes down good. Especially when I'm feeling like this. Tell you what, since you're here, would you like to hear a story? Story time with good old Grimwald. Yeah, pull up us. Well, you already pulled up the sofa. Prepare yourself then for a rather peculiar story. So what happened was I was dreaming, and it must have been some kind of like fever dream or something. It just felt uncanny and off. I mean, I was working up quite a mighty temperature. I was overheating in bed. And, well, getting real uncomfortable. And yet I couldn't quite wake up. Not yet, at least. So, where I was in it? Well, that's the weird thing. I was dreaming that I was in the office. Weird, ain't it? So I was inside the office, but you weren't there. Which is especially strange because I know for sure about how punctual you are. Sorry. But it's strange how none of the other employees were there either. The weird thing was, there were only 3 other people. Or at least someone thought. I mean, there was that green bean fella and the one with the glowing eyes. He was there. Then it was that bird guy. The fellow who visited me when I was sleeping and I couldn't quite move. I mean, part of me wanted to throttle him. Somehow, getting into what I assumed was my room. I mean, all around was foggy all of a sudden, so it kind of seemed strange. But nevertheless, so it was that guy. He was there. Then it was one of the clients. Some soft-spoken fella, kind of lovely hair, kind of looks like he's been spending too much time, like, shampooing and conditioning and combing it. So, but Ken still a big guy, tough guy. Guy I could probably arm wrestle with. But still, he was there, so one of the clients was there. And it just didn't really make sense to me why all of them were there in that office. It seemed like a really random collection of people that I've spoken to or bumped into or visited me or whatever. They were all there. And it seemed like they were all kind of talking to one another. And I was just walking through, minding my own business, and they all kind of looked at me. Had this strange look, like they recognized me. Better yet, more than that. I mean, sure, I've met them at least once, but they all kind of just looked at me with this kind of, how should I describe it, like an understanding smile, like there's something unspoken between us right now. Like there was something that they seemed to know, but I just didn't know what it could mean. I didn't know what it was all about now. It was very, very strange. Not unpleasant, not like a nightmare. Just really peculiar. But there's more to it. Do you want to hear the rest? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So what happened was that I was just like trying to get to my office, but it seemed like there was someone in there. Almost seemed like someone was watching me, like spectating, peering down. I couldn't see him. It just seemed like every time I'd move around to look around, try to continue work, almost in like slow motion, like I had dull senses. When I tried to turn around, this whoever it was just wasn't there anymore. You ever get that? Like, you feel like someone's peering over you, but then you turn around, but then they're gone. You had that in a dream before? Oh, I see. Well, it makes me sound crazy, I know, but I swear he was trying to whisper something to me, but I couldn't quite remember what it was exactly. I swear he kind of like crooned something like, he called me a fellow traveler. What's that supposed to mean? Sure, I've traveled around, but I'm not sure. I mean, sure, I'm not around from here, but what makes me a fellow traveler? What makes me a fellow? What am I supposed to relate to him or the other people in my dream? I'm really not too sure. I don't suppose you might be able to make any sense out of it. I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Well, let me give myself another drink. There we go. Hey, look at that. It's the paintbrush. Remember that when I removed that curse from you and I was dabbing that paintbrush on you? At least I think that's what happened. Head's a little fuzzy right now. I'm sure that happened. I mean, I'm not cursed right now, so I don't. Oh, you're brushing my face to make me feel better, huh? No, you really are. Almost dessert, aren't you? Reminds me of home. Mama always did the same thing to me to help me unwind. She was a real sweet woman. Probably not much to look at, but big heart. Big muscles too, but the heart's a muscle as well. She had the biggest heart of all of us. That's for sure. Feels really relaxing. By all means, if I doze off, feel free to take a spot here on the sofa or on the bed as well. It's your choice. I'll leave that up to you. I feel like I could doze off at any moment now. This feels real relaxing. Real relaxing. There you are. Come on in and have a seat now. Don't mind the gentleman with the, big shiny guns right there. Make yourself comfortable. You're gonna need it. Now, how are you feeling? Well, I appreciate your honesty, and I certainly hope that you're gonna be honest with me now, because it seems like there's a spy in this workplace, and I've been chatting with all of y'all individually. Now it's your turn for your interrogation. Now I would recommend that you be 100% honest with me. I know that you've got a track record for being upfront and honest, and I'm sure that that's not gonna change in this little chat of ours, now is it? That is promising to hear. Good, good. Right then, let's start off with the basics now. Do you know of a red folder that was on the desk just outside of my office? That's the one. A little shiny red folder that was there, keeping in some important pieces of information about certain clients. I imagine this isn't the kind of thing you'd be too interested in outside of work-related additions and whatnot. You wouldn't be one to whisk it away for a bit of afternoon reading, or shall I say, sharing it around now, would you? Understandable. That makes sense to me. Well, it seems that little folder has gone missing. And I don't mean misplaced around the office, I mean it's not here. Let's just say that a little birdie helped me track where that folder went. It was almost about to be picked up by someone else and dropped in I suppose, a dead drop location. Thankfully, we reacquired it. You don't have anything to do with that now, do you? I know that you've got a bit of history with dead drops and hiding certain items for clients, at my request, of course. But this doesn't sound like something that you would end up doing now, would you? No, it's not, is it? No. I can see it in your eyes. You don't seem like the kind of person who would go behind my back and swindle that away, huh? All right then. Don't suppose you might have spotted anyone acting nervous, suspicious, shady? Maybe someone around the office has been shuffling around, maybe hiding something under their clothing, maybe avoiding eye contact, sweating profusely, shivering a bit, darting over their shoulder. Does anyone in the office come to mind? Right. Well, I mean, if you haven't spotted anyone explicitly suspicious, let's put it that way. If you haven't spotted anyone acting like that, then, well, fair enough. Maybe someone wasn't making it that obvious. Maybe. But I've got a few more questions up my sleeve, of course. Here's another one for you. Have you come into contact in person with any of our clients? Really now? What if I was to say that I perhaps didn't believe you, and that I had how should we put it? Let's say someone previously who said they met you before. What do you say to that? Right. So what if I was to say that I have suspicions that you are the spy because of that certain little object that I found on your desk which shouldn't have been there? You know what I'm talking about? You don't know, huh? You're not sure? You seem like you're telling the truth. You didn't seem to notice, huh? Well, benefit of the doubt. But what about that client who supposedly spoke to you in person out of hours? I didn't recall approving such a discussion, out of hours or not. Do you have any recollection of what happened? Do you know which client I'm talking about? You either got a really good poker face or you are telling the truth. Most interesting indeed. What are we gonna do with you? I wonder, what are we gonna do? What if I was to tell you that because you have been such a valuable asset to me, what if I was to tell you that if you are up front now, and if you are admitting that you're the spy, what if I was to tell you that I would let you off? Not completely, of course. Perhaps I would have some kind of disciplinary measure, but a fair one. You don't have to worry about being dropped in the ocean or suddenly disappearing. I mean, a contract of yours being terminated. A fair enough one, I must say. Would that sound like a fair deal? You tell me the truth. If you're the spy, you admit it up front. Tell me the details, and I'll let you walk out of this office, and you won't be a member of staff anymore, but you won't have to worry about any other problems from here on out. I see that sparkle in your eyes again. That passionate little sparkle. You're being upfront and honest again, aren't you? Maybe that is the case. Maybe it is a clean slate on your end. Well, I'm making mental notes of all of these things that you're telling me. I've got a steel trap memory when it comes to things like this. Let me ask this then. Have you been happy working in this company? Have you been happy with me as your boss? Or maybe there's been something that's been bothering you. Now be honest with me, has there been anything that has really pushed your buttons, really pushed you to the edge where you feel like you can't take it anymore? Well, I suppose it's reassuring to know that nothing major has been pushing you to that point. Of course, I've always made it clear that if you got a problem, you let me know. Well, if you've been happy as can be working here, that's at least reassuring to know. Maybe there hasn't been anything that has persuaded you to try and get revenge on anyone here, or the company, or myself. I do like to imagine that I've been treating everyone well, with agreeably reasonable sums of payment, not to mention benefits galore. And the dinners, of course. But I digress. What else to ask you? What else do I have to pick your brain about? I'll be pretty blunt with this next one. Have you ever been approached by any shady figures claiming to be from another company? Claiming to be perhaps a rival, or maybe interested in antiques and artifacts, the kind of things that we specialize in. Not even any shady figures. Anyone you might suspect might be from the world of crime, the criminal underworld. No kind of blackmailers or threats or anything like that. You haven't been approached by anyone like that or received any threats, have you? Clean slate as well, then. Well, that is reassuring to know at the very least. I always make it clear that if there is ever a problem with anyone trying to force one's hand with trying to mutiny, that I would be absolutely willing to help, one way or another, of course. Well, this has been most interesting indeed. I thank you for your time. Oh, wait now. Don't go anywhere. You just stay there. Let me just quickly look over some notes here. Yeah, that's that. That's nothing with that. That's all right. Clean. Good. That's all fine. Yeah. All right then. All right. Well, I guess there's no need to hold you back anymore then. You're free to go. But before you go, come here. No, come on. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Come here. Between you and me, I knew you were innocent. I'm sorry for putting the spook on you like that, but I knew you were innocent all along. In fact, I was 99.9% that you were not the spy, were not colluding. I know, and I apologize. I do apologize. The thing is, I had to do this with everyone. I didn't want to give anyone, any special kind of treatment here. I wanted to make it equal, just to make sure that everyone has a roughly equal chance of spilling the beans, just in case they were the perpetrator. But I knew that you weren't it. You have been a really, really important asset. Not to mention honest, upfront, truthful, supportive, a real hard worker. You've really got your knees deep into this work and you have not ever faltered. It couldn't have been you, and I knew that. By the way, here's another secret. You know these guys standing right behind me, these boys? They're just friends of mine. They're not really security guards. They've got painted guns, toy guns. They're plastic. I just brought them along just to, trying to ramp up the spook factor. Make sure that if we do get the spy in here, or have already, then we really put the nail on them, nail him into place. Scare the living daylights out of them, making them think that we're gonna go all the way to stop him. I know. Again, I apologize profusely. You're the only one I'm telling all of this to, by the way, so I admit I am a bit biased here. Maybe I am giving at least one person special treatment, but that's all after this little interrogation has taken place, not before. So tell you what, you go back to work, take tomorrow off, get your marbles together, relax, and I'll keep you updated first with if we catch the spy. But just remember, if anything happens to you, if anyone tries to do anything to you, you let me know. I'll keep you safe, and I'll protect you. No matter what happens, I'll make sure that you're gonna be A-okay in all of this, okay? That's right. Pinky promise. Look at that little hand of yours. Oh, let me hold that for you. Let me hold it tight. Let all the shakes calm now. All the shakiness on the nerves settle. Let me just scratch it a little bit, very gently. A little trick my old mama used to do for me whenever I was anxious or stressed out. Just a little gentle scrape on the nail. Nothing painful. Very gently and softly cross each finger and thumb. Now the other ones, here we go. There we are. It's a little thing here. I know it's not much, but I hope it at least makes you feel just that little bit less stressed from all this. Right. I'm glad that I could have helped a little bit here then. Well, by all means, you step on out. Let the next person in. I'll get to the bottom of this, but otherwise, you have nothing to worry about now. Just finish up your work. Tell you what, you finish off the rest of your work and go on home early. My treat. Let yourself unwind, because you're going to be safe here. I promise you that, okay? Alright then. My star employee, I hope to see you, well, not tomorrow, but the day after when you return for work. Alright? Okay then, okay. I'll see you soon. Maybe I've been thinking, and I've been waiting all night long. Yeah, I used to think you were there when I played you that song. What to do. Oh. Huh. I thought you were dozing off there. You feeling okay? Appreciate you letting me know. Yeah, it's not a pretty situation right now, let's put it simply. I'm afraid I've got a bit of bad news here for you. I think we might be stuck in the closet. Oh, don't you worry. I'm sure that we'll be able to get out of here, you know. Thing is, I don't want to brute force my way through this. That'll cost a lot of money, you know, to get a door repaired. Well, that and also, last thing I want is to spook people out, you know. I mean, we've already had that interview from not too long ago, and that kind of put people on edge, but at least we managed to root out the spy. Fortunately, seems like managed to slip through our fingers and get away, but at least we rooted him out. He shouldn't be coming back anytime soon, you know. But I digress. Yeah, like I say, I don't want to be spooking everyone out with everyone coming in next day and they see a door ripped off the hinges or something like that, you know? It'll really freak people out. Gotta be more mindful, gotta use the brains and not just the bronze, huh? How are we gonna do this? I mean, I'm no good with a lockpick, and I don't really have one. I mean, I could try and pick the lock with my nails. Still, do you think you might be able to get this door open? Do you think you might be able to twist the doorknob at a correct angle? Oh, am I kidding? That's not gonna work. I think it must have been something getting jammed here. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna call a repairman to sort this out. Preferably to make sure this doesn't happen again. Last thing I want is, of course, to completely obliterate the door, like I said. And everyone's already gone. They've all left. I'm sure I'll be able to get this sorted. Just gotta figure out how. Are you keeping calm at least? Are you keeping stable? Well, that is a good thing to hear that. It is a relief to hear. Problem is, though, it's just getting to me. It's getting to me again. You know, that time when we were trapped in that elevator? Yeah, that one. That old, unpleasant time. I'm just getting those same kind of, side effects of being trapped in a small, confined space. It's getting to me. It's riling me up. I want to do something. I want to be productive. Even if it means just helping you get home. But I can't because I'm stuck in here. Maybe I just need to take a deep breath. At least I'm here in good company. It helps me keep a bit more stable. Well, with that being said, deep breaths now. All right. Deep breaths. One more for good measure. There we go. Calm, collected, like a good boss ought to be. Let's take this one step at a time and we can overcome it. One step at a time. Right. Now I can't pick the lock, can't force my way out. I don't think anyone's gonna be nearby to pull us out from the other side. There's no ventilation shafts for either of us to fit in. That'd be too big anyway. I mean, just like those spy movies, getting you to kind of crawl through there. I'm joking. I'm not gonna let you go through a filthy kind of passageway like that. I wonder. Are you enjoying sitting there on that spare chair of mine? Glad to know that I did the right thing by putting the spare chair in this closet. I know people are making jokes about me bringing the chair into the elevator. Gotta admit, it was pretty funny. Besides, 2-for-1 deal, bargain. Something happens to my chair, I can just waltz on in and grab this one. Come think of it, how did we both get in here? Think, as far as I know, I was trying to find some paperwork before we left, and you were doing the same, I think. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. Sorry, I'm not too short memoried, like that. It's just a lot of thoughts going on in the mind right now with everything going on. Recent stuff, and now this. A bit distracting. Well, as long as you're comfy, better that you're keeping yourself comfy rather than pacing around like me. I've been pacing around too much. Probably just been I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes by this point, probably more. I should have paid more attention to the time. Even then, all this pacing is getting to me. It's throwing me off. Throwing me off even more. How are we gonna get out of this one? Wait a minute. Maybe there might be an emergency override button. No, not for a closet. No. That'd be silly. There's gotta be something here. Excuse me just one moment. Let me just, I think I'll probably just extend that taxi. Let's just push that back. I wanted to get you a taxi out of here, as you know, but again, I just wanted to push it back. Actually, I'll just call him. Might as well. Just bear with me a moment now. There we go. Just keep it on silent. No one out ringing around here. Hello, this is Grimwald. The customer, 8357. That's right. It's the gravelly, growly gentleman from before. Yeah, could you just do me a favor and, that taxi I ordered, could you push it back if it hasn't been, dispatched yet? No, not a cancellation, just a pushback. 30 minutes just to be sure. Yeah, more than happy with that. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Okay, goodbye. And that's at least one monkey off our back. Now we just gotta get King Kong off both of our backs here. I wonder what would have happened if I hired that strange-looking guy. You know, the one I was mentioning about, the green bean fella. What is his name? I can't remember, but I wonder if he would have taken the job. I wonder if he would have been able to apply some of his skills to work on this. But, I don't think he got back to me. Not for that interview. Bit of a shame. But then again, with the whole spy thing going on, I gotta be a lot more careful with, who we get on board, you know? Don't want to be pulling in anyone shifty, peculiar, anything like that. Gotta keep our guards up a little bit. But at least everyone here is not in trouble now. Still, being trapped in a closet, I guess it's not as bad as having someone infiltrate the company, so silver lining, right? Yeah, I suppose. What's that? Oh, right, yeah, here, take my hand. Why did you want to take my hand, by the way? Are you... Oh. Oh, and you're giving my hand a little relaxing scratch, huh? Oh. This makes me feel nostalgic, just like Mama used to do back home. Real faraway place. I appreciate it, thank you. Honestly, I feel like I could just plop myself on that seat with you and you just scratch away at my hands like that and I'd fall asleep in your arms. Oh, I don't want to be crushing your lap like that, though. I'm all muscle. But I digress. At least the stress is kind of melting away right now. Maybe I can brainstorm my way through this one together with you. I suppose that, well, if you can't pick the lock per se and can't be forcing a way through, there's no shortcuts, no help. Can't really rely on the taxi driver to come on in and do this. Don't have an entrance key to the building for one thing. Since the other people from the other floors in this building are probably gonna be, they've gone home too. Working for other people, of course, that's to be expected. Wait a minute. What if we try that credit card trick? I think I got one right here. Actually, yeah, you just hold on. Hold on tight right there now, okay? Let me try this old credit card trick. Maybe if I jiggle it in here. Here we go. Are your fingers crossed? Thank you. Keep them crossed now. Let's just get that button there. And hopefully... there we go. Did it. Freedom. Sweet, sweet freedom. Excellent. We finally got out. It's all thanks to you. No, I'm not gonna take all the praise for this one. You helped me calm down. You helped me figure out an idea. I couldn't have done this without you. Probably would have torn off the door from the hinges. That would have been frightening to look at it first thing in the morning. You helped me get through this in a peaceful and thoughtful manner, so I am in your debt. You really are my star employee in more than one way, aren't you? I'll tell you what. You just wait here for a moment. I better get myself to the bathroom. At least that way I can probably just freshen myself up a little bit. And then we can go back downstairs together. Hopefully that taxi shouldn't be too long by now. Wasn't expecting us to escape so early, but nevertheless, I'll be by your side until the taxi comes around. Does that sound okay to you? Glad to hear. glad to hear. All right then. You sit tight. I'll be back soon. One, you lock the target. Two, you bait the line. Three, you slowly spread the net. And four, you catch the man. You catch the man. Knock, knock. How you feeling? Well, thank you for telling me. Very, very grateful when you tell me up front how you are. I just wanted to check up on you, 'cause, well, you just looked a little tired to me, you know. I mean, I get it, it's work. It's not exactly the kind of thing that injects everyone with a jolt of adrenaline and gets everyone bouncing around in enthusiasm for, you know. Still, I came up with an idea, something to help you unwind in the workplace. Would you like to hear what it is? Of course, certainly. Well, since we're in your office this time and the door's closed, I'll let you in on this idea of mine. So, of course, you remember during that interview we had recently, again, I am sorry for that. I put the spook on everyone, but you understand the circumstances. But I pulled off that little trick, the gently stroking with the nails right on your hand to help you unwind. And you did that to me when we were trapped in that closet. That helped me unwind as well. Very grateful for that. So, I had another idea that I thought of when I was thinking of back home with my parents. Just like Mama used to do with me as well to help me unwind. And that is playing with your hair. Well, okay, kinda combing it at the same time, you could say. But essentially, something like that to help keep you calm. Delicate kind of noise being made while the skin receptors on your head just getting a slight little tingle. Nothing strenuous, of course, but just a little bit of a tingle here and there with each passing of the comb. How does that sound? I like the enthusiasm. All right then, Will. Since there's a spare seat here, I'll just get myself comfy. Alrighty. Are you ready for me to comb and play with your hair? Wonderful to hear. Now you just get yourself comfy. Stay right there. Close your eyes. Let all the muscles in your body unwind and take a nap. Your muscles, of course, not you. You better stay awake for this, just to be sure. Right then, I got a comb right here. There we go. Very gently. Very gently. All right. Does it feel tingly? Just imagine laying somewhere comfy, like in the sand, or maybe on a mattress in a comfy room. Just imagine getting all snuggly, all relaxed, while the slight, gentle tingling sensation in your scalp tickles you softly but comfortably in a comforting manner. And with that, all the stress, all the negative thoughts, it all pours out right into the sand, pouring away. Maybe it's just creeping out, climbing right over your mattress, and jumps into the nearby trash can where it belongs. Whichever way that you like to imagine stress being removed from your body, whichever way you're comfortable with, just imagine that. All that stress, all of it, melting away. It'll be gone soon enough. There's no room for stress here. Not when I'm combing your hair. Maybe I just gently comb through your hair with my talons. I mean nails. Gently does it. If I end up rubbing my nails against your scalp, if it becomes uncomfortable, just let me know. And I can always just revert back to the hair. But if you feel uncomfortable at any point, just let me know. 'Cause I'm doing this for you, and you only. You feeling comfy? This is helping you settle down a bit. That's good to hear. Always good to hear. I mean, I've never combed anyone's hair like this. I mean, I try combing my hair. It has this strange quirk. No, I mean it. I mean it. I can tell you all about it. Whenever I comb my hair, get it all nice and comfy, presentable especially. Well, there's a strand of hair that always sticks out. If I stylize it on one side, it'll pop out on the other. But if I stylize it on that side, it just pops out on the other side. It's very strange. I just can't make it stay in one place on either side. It's almost like a seesaw. One side goes up when the other goes down. Never understood that. But either way. That's probably why you might have noticed just a strand of hair, like a thin little clump of hair, curving one side of my head on some days, and on the other days, it's pointing out on the other side of my head. A strange quirk indeed, I know. Did you ever notice that? No kidding. No kidding. I wonder if the others ever noticed that as well. Never had anyone tell me up front. Maybe they didn't notice. Maybe it was just a passing glance that they sometimes do, but forget all about it. Maybe. Well, let's just keep on combing this hair. Gently does it now. Do you use either shampoo or conditioner, or even maybe some gels like shower gels, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, I see. Do you want to know what I use? Of course. Honestly, I use all three. It was a little wasteful, I know, but I think it's good to have a mix. Something for all-purpose cleaning. One to give a bit of a fruity scent, and another for that comforting feel to it. Something that gives it a bit of texture, you know. I don't want my hair to be feeling like dried out wires after all, but I want to make sure that it's tippity-top clean. Always important in the mornings, and when I exercise right before bed, gotta get all the bad stuff washed out, kept in good condition. Listen to me ramble. I sound like I'm some kind of barber trying to offer advice on keeping your hair in a good condition. I couldn't imagine myself being a barber. Doesn't sound like my kind of thing, you know. I'm not an expert when it comes to hair, but I like to think I'm pretty okay with helping a person unwind and relax. I hope you agree with that. Oh, you flatter me, don't you? Alright then, let's just wrap it up here then. Gently does it. Very gently. Now for this final bit of hair playing, combing. Just imagine your hair feeling all wild and all over the place, but slowly and gently falls back in a nice, neat pile right on your head, with all the worries and all the fears gradually being let out of your head and disappearing in the wind. It's all going away. Meanwhile, your hair is gradually all slipping right back into place, good, lovely feelings and sensations. All of it gradually washes over you like raindrops, or maybe water from a shower. It just passes right over you, melts away all the negativity, leaving you feeling just fine, feeling all right. There we go. There we are now, all sorted and all done. How are you feeling after that? Well, ain't that grand? Thank you for telling me. I especially hope you enjoyed all those tingly sensations as well. But anyway, I better get myself back to work. I certainly hope that your shift goes nice and smoothly. And as always, just drop me a line or give a knock on the door if you need anything at all. I'm always here for my star employee, after all. Always willing to help out and lend a hand, big or small. Whatever the problem is, I'll do my best. Well, I guess I'll see you around then, okay? You stay safe now. See you soon. Down, down,